Hey, what's up, Kaijus? It's your boy Kaiju Kong, emerging from the depths of sweet solitude to bring you some more Sigma soul sustenance. So a subscriber reached out to me the other day, sending me an audio file that he thought would be helpful for all of you Sigma males out there. He told me it was okay not to give him a shout out, he preferred to be secret. But nevertheless, here is a shout out to you, my friend, you know who you are. Thank you for that. And he also told me that he had saved it for a few years, so he forgot exactly where it came from. Just to be on the safe side, I altered the voice a little bit in edit. If by any chance you know who the speaker is, please do drop it down in the comment section below. As you'll notice in the first half, the speaker talks about his life, and by the sound of it, he does sound like he could very well be a Sigma male. The second half is where he gives his golden advice. Now, that is definitely the empowering part that I know will fire many of you up to work on yourselves and make a positive impact in the world. If you are limited on time and want to skip to that part, here is the time where it starts. But I greatly encourage you to watch it in full to understand where he is coming from. So without further ado, let me pass the mic on to him.
You know, this world today is tough. It's tough for young people. It's tough for people that for years have had jobs and security and made good money and been able to take care of their families. And some time ago, as you know, jobs were shipped overseas to improve the bottom line of big companies. And I thought I'd tell you a little bit about myself. I quit school when I was in the 10th grade. My mother and father left me standing on a street corner, and so it was up to me to make it. And I had a job working at a Shell filling station. And I went to the owner and I told him my situation. And I was making $1 an hour, and I asked him if I could work more hours. And so I began working 90 hours a week. And during that time, as I've said before, my home was the back of an old car. And I worked my 90 hours a week. And I took my baths in a filling station restroom. And I washed my clothes, my private clothes, in the sink. And once in a while, when I was really hungry, I would go to the grocery store and snitch an apple or an orange. Now, this was in the 50s. Things were a lot different than they are now. And I'm convinced that the owner of the grocery store knew what I was doing, because it was about a half a block away from where I worked, and he knew me. Now, I've said before that good things nor bad things last forever. And that's true. And I began to learn different things. I knew in my soul that if I had nothing to offer, I was as far as I was going to go. Now, unemployment at that time was very high. On the other hand, in the 50s, you could go into a corporation and ask for a job and get it. And after I'd worked 90 hours a week for a long time, I went into the service. I was 17. In the service, I taught myself to read and write. The first book I picked up was a book written by Louis L'Amour and had 196 pages in it. I'll never forget it. And there were words in there that I didn't know, I didn't understand. I had no idea what they were. So I got a dictionary from the service library. And as I would read, if there was a word that I didn't understand, I would look it up. And I will tell you now, it took me almost 3 weeks to read 196 pages. But I read, and I continued to read. And in several months, I was reading 2 and 3 books at a time, and I knew where I was in every single one of them. So that's what you can do. A person's mind is incredible. Your mind is as incredible. As a young person, regardless of what's happening in the world today, you have opportunity. And don't you believe for one single minute what they say in the media. Because if you aren't getting ahead and you need to get ahead, position yourself to learn. Go to the library and learn. You are the backbone of this world. Young people, without you, this world is nothing. Nothing. You are the backbone of this world. You are the future leaders of this world. You are the ones that see the greed of the people that are running it now. You are the ones that see the waste of the people that are running it now. We need you. We need your minds. We need your hearts. We need your lives. We need your loves. We need you to care, and I know that you do care. Oh, I see young people stepping on a flag and throwing rocks and rioting. That's frustration. Frustration. It's frustration with the establishment, and I understand it. But that's not you. Don't let that be you. Rise above it. You're better than that. Rise above it. Anyway, as I went on and I got out of the service, I had begun to write and educate myself. I got a little bit of college, and I've continued on through my life with that. And you can do the same thing. You don't have to have a doctorate or a PhD or a master's degree. What you have to have is determination. You have to have an inner will to get things done. You have to have a desire, and I know the desire is there, because as I said before, without your brains, without your ambition, without your drive, this world will be nothing. Nothing, because old people like me die off. I have been successful, not tremendously successful, but I have a decent retirement. I live with my lovely wife in Arizona. I've had financial problems. Everyone has those, but you can't stop. You can't quit. You can't say, I'm a failure. You're not a failure. You're not. You're a wonderful, strong, intelligent youngster. Take advantage of that. Trust in God. Trust in yourself and step forward. Put one foot in front of another. Let me give you an example. I've had a couple of businesses. They weren't tremendously successful, but they were successful. I've written books. I have presently probably 13 or 14 books in a publication. So you can do it. I did it. You can do it. I'm 76, and to my last breath, I will encourage young people because I love them. I will encourage young people because I know they are the future. You are the ones that must save the oceans. You are the ones that must save the air, because those that are in power, the bottom line, unfortunately for many of those in power all over the world, is wealth and power over others. So I'm going to close this now, but I just wanted you to know that people like me, old soldiers, old people, we understand. And as old as I am, I would pick up my cane and defend you to my last breath, because I love you. So I'm going to stop now, but just remember, never quit. Never quit.
Amazing stuff, huh? What did I tell you? I hope your brothers got something out of that. If you found this helpful, please do leave a like and comment your thoughts down below. Also, if you know anyone who might benefit from its message, do share this with them. The younger generation surely needs to hear this. Not just anyone though, it has to be those with ambitions for a better future. And just by doing that, you will also help to support the channel. If you haven't already done so, do subscribe to the channel. This is the channel for the Sigma males who want to understand themselves, improve themselves, and ultimately leave a greater impact on the world. We are men on our own individual missions in life. I invite you to join in this higher calling of life. And with that, thank you for joining me. This is Kaiju Kong signing off. Take care, brothers.